Hi everybody, John Burke, and I want to give you an idea. Now, I do not have answers, and I'm definitely no expert when it comes to the overarching economics of our time. However, it seems to me as if coming out of this pandemic, a unique situation, has created a world in which if you imagine a top spinning and you kind of hit the edge of the top, you know how it kind of wobble, 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 and then find its way back to equilibrium? I think we might be in a zone like that, right? A lot of stop and go, a lot of demand gets in front of supply chains, a lot of supply chain catches up to demand. And right now, obviously, the big story is inflation. And I think the thing that led the way with inflation, a lot of people would agree, were home prices. Home prices actually sort of moved faster than everything else, which is only beginning to catch up now. Well, the wobble for home prices, it's a little wobbly right now. Right now, we are seeing at a time of the year that's generally our busiest time of the year. And take Seattle City, my most familiar market. We are used to seeing over a house a day go under contract during April and May. And this year, we have not seen a pace in May in particular that's anywhere near that. I think I checked today, we're 2/3 of the way through the month, and I think there were 9 or 10 homes that have gone under contract so far. So I think that wobble is being worked out. And what I would consider is, one, if you're a buyer who's had a really hard time in the last 18 months, it's a much better moment right now. And number two is, I wouldn't assume necessarily that it's going to be easier in the future for buyers. I think that assumption right now, which is beginning to grow, there's a certain sentiment growing that maybe if I wait longer, things will be better for me. And it might be. I don't have a crystal ball. But I also see it as a real possibility that the way we work out of this unique situation is not a linear straight line. It's more of a wobble. So I actually sort of give some credence to the idea that we saw, I think, the shortest recession in history when we first went into the pandemic. We saw a collapse of growth that had never been seen before very quickly. And we came out of it very quickly. We actually experienced quite robust growth, almost surprising economic growth as a percentage. And right now, again, we're at a spot where perhaps there is a crunch going on already. I think the last quarter saw GDP down. So maybe there is a little bit of a recession going on already, but it doesn't seem like it, right? With 4% unemployment and rising prices on everything. So you have to wonder a little bit what's going on there. And I think we might be in a situation where things just sort of wobble more than they collapse. And maybe we start to work out towards an equilibrium. At least that's what I have to hope for, because I don't think anybody wants a long turn towards the negative. So just a few thoughts for you to consider. If there's anything you want to talk about, John Burke of Burke Co, along with Foster Real Estate Group, and we'll see you next week.